The SEC versus Ripple lawsuit has lasted for more than a year. Typically, those holding XRP, one of the most significant crypto remittance tokens available in the world today, are concerned that the legal dispute could take up all of 2022 as well. In any case, some new proof seems to propose that it may very well be feasible that the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit will reach a final verdict this year. And to give those investors a little bit of insight into what exactly is going on under the hood with the stocks on Wasana Health Inc., a psychedelic drug production and distribution company sitting on $36 million in assets, $11 million of which is cash-based with barely $2 million in liabilities, this company has a very robust balance sheet coming into 2022. Since the company's approval from the over-the-counter markets to begin trading on the middle tier of OTC for U.S. stocks, also called the venture market as of Monday, August 2nd, 2021, under the ticker symbol WSNAF, just as the company continues to trade on the Canadian Securities Exchange under the ticker WESA. As an important milestone in the company's development as a public company, this OTCQB listing will increase the visibility of Wasana to US-based investors by allowing them to trade in US dollars through their existing brokerages. In addition to improving overall liquidity and growing Wasana Health Inc.'s global shareholder base and increased value proposition. Also, Wasana Health Inc. has been granted eligibility by the Depository Trust Company for electronic clearing and settlement, streamlining the process of trading the company's shares in U.S. markets. Not to mention that the management owns 35% of the entire company's shares, with Daniel Carcillo, the CEO of Wasana Health, who was a professional NHL player and a victim of traumatic brain injury and major depressive disorder, owning about 22% of that to become the largest individual shareholder. Looking at how big the psychiatric market is, Carcillo is just one among numerous patients Big Pharma can't or won't treat properly. 15 million people have PTSD, 17 million from depression, 20 million addiction, and 40 million suffer from anxiety in the US alone. Adding those figures to an even greater expenditure on psychiatric services, valued at over $150 billion and increasing, investing in Wasana stock is not a bad idea. Thanks for watching Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. Don't forget our Discord group. We give out calls for our favorite altcoins. You can also win special rewards if you invite your friends to the group. Links are in the description. As indicated by an ardent crypto enthusiast, Ripple Labs' desire to conclude this lawsuit with the SEC has finally been given a date, as this lawsuit is expected to be finished by October of 2022. But before we go on to the demystifying, let's take a quick recap on the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit for clarification purposes, shall we? On Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020, the SEC announced that it had filed a motion against Ripple Labs and two of its executives, who are also significant security holders, alleging that they raised over $1.3 billion through an unregistered ongoing digital asset securities offering. According to the SEC's complaint, Ripple, Christian Larson, the company's co-founder, executive chairman of its board and former CEO, and Bradley Garlinghouse, the company's current CEO, raised capital to finance the company's business, further alleging that Ripple raised funds starting in 2013 through the sale of digital assets referred to as XRP in unregistered security offerings to investors in the US and globally. According to the SEC, in addition to structuring and supporting the sales of XRP tokens, where the funds were used to finance the company's business, Ripple's executive chair, Chris Larson, and chief executive officer Brad Garlinghouse also effected unregistered personal sales of XRP, adding up to about $600 million. The SEC alleges that neither Ripple nor its top two executives registered their offers and deals of XRP or satisfied any exemption from registration that violated the registration provisions of the federal securities laws. While the essence of the lawsuit is about whether XRP is a security under the government securities regulations or not, Ripple argues that XRP is a tool that facilitates international payments rather than an unregistered investment contract, and that the agency's jurisdiction doesn't extend to the token and its sales. Likewise, with the two ongoing suppositions out of the Southern District Court of New York from 2020, the result of the lawsuit will have inescapable effects across the digital asset and cryptocurrency markets. Furthermore, the SEC and Ripple have presented several motions and counter-motions throughout last year, including whether the SEC needed to turn over specific private communications. On January 13, 2022, Judge Sarah Nedburn gave the court's perspective on Ripple's motion seeking specific documents from the SEC that the agency asserted were protected by various privileges, including the deliberative process privilege, of which Ripple protested that the agency failed to meet its burden to establish the privileges and the documents needed to be produced. Although Ripple and the Ripple community of supporters known as the XRP Army have suffered losses due to the lawsuit, several developments and discoveries have favored Ripple, such as the recent unsealing of the two memos from 2012 by law firm Perkins Coie. Previous Ripple head executive Chris Larsen requested the documents, proving that the company received legal advice in 2012 and made efforts to avoid XRP from being considered a security by the SEC. What's more, the judge also ordered the unsealing of 3 documents concerning the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, including Ripple's co-founder Chris Larsen and the CEO Brett Garlinghouse's email thread and deposition notice. XRP bulls received the news with excitement as XRP's price increased over 30% from February 3rd lower lows of 58 cents to as high as 79 cents on February 8th. This favorable movement significantly increased as attorney Jeremy Hogan stated that the SEC versus Ripple case might be close to a final verdict. He noted that while responding to a Twitter user who asked if the news concerning the case was good or bad, that it's good because we're moving into the second phase of the case where things are going to happen. Furthermore, the co-founder of crypto wallet service Mindplex, Alexander Mamasidikov, ignored the downside warnings, stating that the close to the court battle between the SEC and Ripple would prove bullish for XRP. He said with the anticipation that the SEC-induced legal battle alleging the status of XRP as security will be settled this year, the current buy-ups can be seen as an avenue to stack up at a discount for possible price surges in the longer term. Should the current trend be sustained, XRP community's ambitious backing can help push the cryptocurrency to hit a new monthly high of 88 cents per coin. Now, analyzing all of this, it's almost impossible to not see a final verdict in favor of Ripple at the end of the lawsuit. And even though the question on the lips of XRP and crypto enthusiasts who've been keen on this case has been who'd eventually come out the victor and when, there have been several back and forths in regards to the answer to that question. However, attorney Jeremy Hogan continues to shed some light on that question and more to the public over the weekend, as this might hold the answers. While sharing a recent court filing online via Twitter, Hogan suggests that the San Francisco-based blockchain company might be expecting the lawsuit to be over by that time. The excitement from XRP holders more than heightened following the statement from Ripple's CEO during an interview on Fox Business News, where he shared that he was anticipating some court decisions sooner rather than later. XRP investors about the information believe this to be a positive sign, as the slow pace of the lawsuit has been distressing for many. Indeed, even Ripple's general counsel recently called out the SEC for apparently extending the case in their favor. While these newest updates might energize investors in the XRP coin, it's essential to remember that postponements and delays have been a predominant part of the case, with the pandemic still a significant obstruction. Hence, I urge you guys not to think about November as a definite deadline just yet. Just as Jeremy Hogan rightfully stated, the case could come to a close with a settlement any time. In any case, XRP holders are checking the higher perspective out. Keep in mind that the judge's final verdict on the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit would either extend or restrict the implementation abilities of the SEC with regards to regulating crypto companies and assets in the space. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on bell notifications. If you have any questions, drop us a comment. We'll see you next time.
Hollywood Carson. That's how it goes. Hollywood Carson.